before we start, I thought I should probably mention that all the pictures that you see mentioned in here are available on my Society 6 in a multitude of different ways. So you just have to go on there and go to my collections and you can get them on everything. Inktober 2018, the good, the bad and the ugly. So I'm going to start with the good, which is my top 5 favourite paintings that I did overall. Number 5, I actually drew whilst I was in a car because I didn't really have a lot of time, and it is from the prompt bottle. And instead of drawing an actual bottle, I wanted to draw a sort of bottled up emotions inside someone's head as a storm, so I think it turned out quite nice. Number 4, the prompt was stretch, and I decided to use an actual photo that I'd taken in America of me doing some yoga in front of the Grand Canyon. So I'm quite proud of that in a few ways. Number 3 was also from America. My sister gave me the idea to mix a photo that I'd taken of the Statue of Liberty with Van Gogh's Starry Night. Number 2, the prompt was cruel, so I wanted to draw something to do with Mother Nature, and I found this really cool reference of a lady that was made out of lots of different bits of greenery. And number 1, my favourite, is Tranquil, again from America, but I'd taken this picture whilst I was in Yosemite of the river, and it was one of my favourite moments of the holiday, so I decided to paint it. The bad, aka my least favourite, and there are a few in this year's one. Okay, so number 5 is Thunder. I did this sort of Zeus in the clouds kind of idea, and in my opinion it didn't turn out the best. The proportions were off, all sorts. I could go on. Number 4, the prompt was roasted. I really wanted to draw some kids eating the roasted chestnuts from Harry Potter, but I don't think I spent enough time on the anatomy, so it didn't turn out how I wanted it. Number 3 is Guarded, so I went with a Joan of Arc theme, and I think it's okay, just the sword really annoys me because it's so bad. Number 2, okay, so the prompt was double, and I decided to draw a reimagining of Jacqueline Wilson's double act, but the one on the left just looks terrifying. I'm not very pleased with it, but hey, I did it. And the one I least like is actually a redrawing of the piece of art that I did when I was a lot younger, but the proportions on it turned out really weird, and even though some people seem to like it, man, I cannot look at it. It just annoys me. Okay, so for the ugly, I've decided to just talk a bit about the behind the scenes. One of the things that's really difficult about Inktober is that even when you're tired after a day at work, you still got to provide this art, and sometimes you don't have the time, so I ended up painting in car journeys a lot because I'm on tour at the moment, and I find it really hard to get the motivation sometimes to paint, which sort of led me into missing days and then using the day after to catch up, which is a very slippery slope, my friend. As you can see here, I ended up doing that quite a lot, which I didn't do last year. But in the end, I got all of them done. I'm very proud of anyone who managed to post everything every single day. You are an absolute superhero. I think it's difficult to find the motivation and the creativity on days when you're feeling a bit run down. Yeah, this year I was a bit annoyed because as I'm on tour, I don't have my scanner with me, so all the pictures that I was putting up weren't the highest quality that I wanted them to be because I didn't have time, so I was just taking them on my terrible iPhone 5 camera settings, and when I uploaded them they didn't look as good as I wanted them to. And I actually don't really like the majority of this year's. I mean, the ones that I do like, I'm proud of, but there are quite a few that I think I could have either tried a bit harder in the actual execution of them, or just done it again. It's just I didn't have the time or the resources. But saying that, I did get a good response on quite a lot of them, and I was happy to be painting the whole of October no matter what. So even though I've been quite busy this year, I'm proud that I still managed to do it at the end of the day. If I had any tips for people trying to do it, similarly to last year, I'd say planning is key. Literally plan out what every single day you want to do, and maybe even get your references and your sketches done beforehand, because then when it comes to actually doing it, it's ready to go. You don't have to get everything out, start all over again. It's sort of like you just start inking or start painting and it's there. Yep, definitely still go on the hashtags and sort of get inspired by everyone else that's still doing it as well. There are thousands of people doing it, and to see how they think differently to you is really interesting. One for this year I'd have is see if you can get any of your friends to do it as well, because then you can sort of spur each other on. Like I had about 4 or 5 friends this year that were all sort of participating on and off, and we could give each other little shout outs. We could comment on each other's work. We could just sort of, yeah, be the hype man for each other. So that was really nice. Other than that, I've ended up with 31 paintings that are ready on my Society 6 to go. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Christmas now and all the Christmas commissions that are coming in. So lots more work and lots more trying to fit it into a working day when it's not your main job sometimes. But I just want to say thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the support. I really enjoyed doing it despite all the tiredness and everything like that. If you do want any other tips, feel free to message me, and have a nice day.